Hello and welcome back to the Parlay Show presented by Bet99. Rob Conway here, Albert Vartanian in studio with me, as well as Matthew Barnaby in Ottawa. Let's get right into some of the action that we have coming up tonight and throughout the weekend. We have the NHL Stanley Cup Final starts on Saturday. Tonight, the NBA Finals start, as well as some golf, some Jays. We'll start with the NHL. And Barney, this is one of those situations where the line, since our last show on Tuesday, is starting to move a bit. A little bit of money coming in on the Panthers. Not a huge line movement yet. The Albert Vartanian money hasn't come down on what he picks. So that's when the line really moves, when AV makes his decision.
Yeah.
But what do you think here? I think you're starting to see more and more value come to the Golden Knights. And I had them in the final. You had them to win. I like where they look right now.
Yeah, 124 for the series, starting at home.
Yeah.
To me, the better team. I think the X factor in this whole thing is Bobrovsky. People believe Bobrovsky is better than Hill, and I agree with them. He's able to steal a game. I don't know if Aiden Hill's capable of stealing a game, but I don't think he's going to lose them a game. I really don't. I think that's where we're seeing the value on Florida. And they play nasty. They play hard. They're in your face. Maybe it's a team of destiny, and maybe people are jumping on that. They've been really good. When you come through and you sweep a team like Carolina, to me this is going to be a great series. I have Vegas winning this in 6 games. At plus 500, you look at 4-3. If it goes to game 7, you can get Vegas at plus 460. Those are 2 good numbers to me. I don't think it's going to be a sweep. I don't think it's going to be a 5-game series. And Florida has a chance at winning this, but I still sticking with Vegas. I had them at the start of the playoffs. And now that they're minus 135 for game 1, hammering that. And minus 124 for the series, hammering that.
Quick, what did you get them at before the series? Did you make a bet, or that was just our bracket picks?
That was just our bracket picks.
Oh, okay, cool.
I think they were 143 when it opened, right? Am I wrong?
No,
it was 140.
No, I meant before the playoffs.
Oh, before the playoffs.
Yeah.
You're looking great. Yeah, I'm with Barney too. I mean, I'm all over Vegas. And the thing is, if you look at the goaltenders, let's say both of them get lit up and take those goalies out of the equation, which team you going with? You're still going with Vegas, the better team.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how Bobrovsky bounces back from all this rest. If this is what he needed, or it throws him completely off his rhythm.
We haven't seen a shaky Bobrovsky yet.
No, not
and
once.
I've seen plenty of shaky Bobrovsky last couple of years. You can change the stripes on a zebra once in a while, but it's still a zebra.
It's true. It's a good point. We've done many shows where we were like, it's Bobrovsky and net, or was it? Who was it?
Alex Lyon.
No. Before that, who was there? Spencer Knight, right?
Spencer Knight.
So we're like, is Knight in net? Because if it's not Knight, then we're going the other team.
Oh, yeah.
Like it was crazy.
People forget it was Alex Lyon that got him into this position.
Then
lost the job.
He won
in
the
Boston.
last 6 of the regular season, I think, to get them in.
Yeah. And also, Kyle Dubas' Pittsburgh Penguins happened to lose like one of the biggest upsets in the regular season.
That game? Like 9 minutes left in the game,
Chicago,
too.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Hey, got him a job.
It's true.
Yeah, exactly.
It's true. That's a very good point. He would not be in Pittsburgh if they won
how
that
important
game.
is that goal, right?
Yeah.
Florida's in, and maybe Boston doesn't lose to Pittsburgh.
Maybe not.
Maybe Kyle Dubas still has a job, at least for the Stanley Cup final.
Or maybe Boston's in the
It's a bit of a stretch, I know, but that goal changed the course of history.
Yeah, these NBA and NHL playoffs have been completely insane.
Crazy.
Absolutely. Speaking of which,
sorry,
go ahead. Yeah, exactly. Speaking of which, the NBA final tips off tonight, I should say. Tips off tonight.
Can kick off too.
We talked about rest versus rust. In this one, kind of a similar situation. The Nuggets, right, obviously had a bunch of days off, and the Heat coming off a Game 7 win. However, we think that rest versus rust is going to help Vegas. Barney, I'm not sold. I think, the Nuggets are just too good of a team. Even if they have a bit of a slow start in Game 1, I still think they're going to win comfortably. What do you think?
I think they're going to spank the Heat.
Yeah.
It's been a great story for the Miami Heat to get into the playoffs, to have this run. They play like the Florida Panthers. They're both very similar in the way that they play in their respective sports. They grind. They're in your face. They bump you. They got to win ugly. I just don't see them beating the likes of Murray and Joker, who's arguably the best player in the NBA right now, the way that he's playing and the way that he has played in the past few years. So I think he wins the MVP. I think it's a 4-0 or 4-1 win. It's just depending whether they, like I said last show, do they want to party in Miami? Or do they want to come home and party with their fans? They're going to do both if they can do Miami. I'm winning it in Miami. going to the Clevelander right away. I don't know if that's where they're going to go. They're probably a little bit more high class.
Yeah.
And then move on from that. But yeah, I just don't see any which way. I think they're too big a team. I think they shoot too well. I think they're a matchup nightmare for the Miami Heat.
Yeah, I think the Nuggets have too many advantages. They're the best player, arguably right now in the world. Home court, which is a factor in Denver with the altitude. And they just have the better team overall. Like the 10 days rest, we were just talking about it with Florida, but I mean, it could help it like a Jokic. He's a big guy, throwing him on a lot of weight. He might need that time. And they also have better secondary scoring. I mean, Jamal Murray was averaging almost 30 points in the conference final, which is the most, by the way.
But the books continue to spit in the face of Miami. Like again, +9. They were plus 8.5 in every game against Boston. Like when they were on the road.
The Heat are pretty good. ATS actually 13-5.
They got to be right. I mean, they're winning games outright. But I mean, they've been great.
I'm not laying 9 points. I can tell you that.
Yeah,
no,
that's
too big, Barney?
Too big. I'll wait to live bet it during the game. It's too many points. Listen, we all know how it can get away from you at the end of the game. And how they can build that up. But 9 points is just way too much in a game one. So I'm going to wait, live bet it. Hopefully Miami scores some points early. We get it down to 4 or 5, and then hit it.
Yeah,
it's a good way to go about it. 219 is the total. It was like 203, I think, in Game 7 with Boston and Miami. Miami can score, like we saw. They've had a couple games where they put up over 120 points in the playoffs. But I like that number as the over as well. I just think that you're looking at they need to score 100 there. If they get 100, like I think you're going to get 120 out of Denver. What do you think, Albert?
I think with Miami has to play perfect basketball. To beat Denver. Denver doesn't have to do that.
No,
this is such a big advantage right now.
All right, couple more things. Last night, Alek Manoah took another L. I didn't watch the game, the beginning of it, and I was expecting to come home in the 5th or 6th and watch the last half, and he's already out. Gave up 2 runs. They've been talking about send him back down like they did with Roy Halladay. And Roy Halladay was not a guy who just had got some Cy Young votes. Like he was very, very young in his career. Not that Alek Manoah is not, but he's your opening day starter. You can't just send him down. Now, does he need an opportunity, Albert, to maybe take a injury break and head back to Florida and work on things? I don't know. But how are you feeling about the Jays?
The problem is it'd be great to do that, but who's the next man up? There's nobody there. Hinjin Ryu is finally thrown into the bullpen, but is he that guy? You're going to go to the bullpen and do a bullpen day? The bullpen hasn't been great. I mean, recently they're kind of bouncing back, but Manoah's got, I think it's mental issues at this moment. He's in his head. I knew from the first pitch yesterday it was going to go south. It was about a foot right on his arm side. He threw a ball and then walked the first batter. And then from there on, it was just difficult to really bounce back. I don't know what the Jays do right now. I mean, if they had someone in waiting, maybe like a Ricky Tiedemann, if he didn't get hurt, there's potential for him to come in, but they don't have the arms to bring in right now.
Yeah, Barney, you were on the Jays the last 2 nights. How are you looking at it from a betting perspective?
Alek Manoah is not covering.
No, that's right.
No, he's not.
He's not very well liked in this household right now. Because, it's so mental right now, and that's so much of sports is mental. And I watched him just on today talking about the game. He's like, I'm trying not to throw a ball instead of trying to throw a strike. And that just speaks volume. The confidence he has as a pitcher. It'd be like a quarterback sitting back there and Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady saying, man, I don't want to throw an interception. No. I want to throw a touchdown. Yeah. And that's where he's struggling right now. So I've been betting him every time in the last 3-4 games, and it's not going well. So hopefully he can figure it out. The Jays need him to figure it out. He was their ace last year. He's too talented, too big, too strong. Hopefully he figures it out. But the Jays when he's pitching right now.
Hey Barney, just asking you, back in your playing days, have you ever gone through something similar where it just wasn't working for whatever reason?
Well, I was fortunate. I just had to dump the puck in, so it always worked. It was. I didn't have to worry about going out. The more you played, you'd go through streets. You're like, man, I can't put it in. I can't feel it. And you do have those confidence issues. You get through the net. Now you start passing the puck off to other guys instead of, just being confident in yourself. And it just takes one. It takes one win. It takes a good outing for him, for a guy that's trying to score a goal. I played with Jeff Sanderson a lot of those years. And he was a goal scorer. And you could just see it in his face. And you just like, relax, man. Just keep shooting the puck. Just keep shooting the puck. It's going to go in, and then they come in buckets. So, but it's a tough thing. When you're a goal scorer, like everyone says, being a tough guy in the NHL is the toughest job. Yeah, it's tough because there's a lot of, nights where you could break your face and jaw and whatever it may be. but the pressure is like you control your game. Like I can drop my gloves and change it. A goal scorer doesn't score for 5, 6, 7 games, and that's pressure. That's true pressure. Same thing for a pitcher in any sport in those very tough positions.
Yeah, he must feel like he's on an island of his own too. Yeah. I mean, and considering he's the guy.
Yeah.
He knows that if he gets it together, the rest of the team will probably get it together. That's a lot of pressure.
It absolutely is. And like you say, the reliance on a guy like him to bring forth the rest of the team, and from a hitting perspective, whether it's Vladdy or Bo, if they're struggling, and once they get going, it kind of it's a ripple effect. And he knows that, and that's the added pressure of being the stud, being the ace on a team. It's
not just him, right? Vladdy's going through some issues. The whole team was. Yeah, it's just they're gonna bounce back.
His ERA is 5 times the amount of my GPA. That's not good.
That's not good.
That's not good.
I love it. Real quick, the Memorial this weekend, a fantastic, list of players. It's Jack's tournament. I wanted to just, I think, I guess it probably comes up every year, but do you guys remember when John Rahm had a 6-shot lead?
Yep.
And they came up to him and they're like, by the way, you tested positive for COVID, so you're out.
It was 2021, I think.
Yeah. By the way, your 1.8 mil that you're basically going to walk to is gone. Like, well, I mean, look, the rules were the rules. This is what happens. But I just remember that. That's tough. He's in this field again. At least he didn't take it out on Jack and not show up.
Yeah. Well, I got him top 10. I got Patrick Cantley top 10. What a course. What a field. So
you played there or no?
No, I haven't.
No?
I've never played. My buddy actually played, and a member guest there said it's absolutely unbelievable. So I've only seen it on TV. It's a very, very wealthy club. That's what I've been a lot of money in Ohio, and a lot of people out of town memberships. And then we got the RBC Open.
I know.
Are you going to be down here for that, Barney?
I am not. I am not. No, I didn't get an invite from anyone. So no.
Got to get you in the Pro-Am, man.
Yeah, there's a celebrity Pro-Am.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready.
Well, I know you're not ready, but that doesn't mean they wouldn't invite you.
You know what? I can't wait to get you. I hope that snap hook comes for the 36 Open.
It's gonna be an absolute
what's the head-to-head record between you two right now?
We've only played once.
Well, yeah.
No,
we played more than once, but we in an actual match. I don't. We the one time we played with Rhonda and and Kim. I think I took you down because I was like 4 under on the front 9.
Yeah, I know.
But you beat me in the 36 Open. All the times we actually were in a competition.
We got to do match play. You two get the cameras on the court.
We're gonna do that.
That's got to happen.
We're gonna do that.
We'll do that. There has to be strokes involved, obviously.
Yes. Yeah.
He is a PGA pro, and I'm just a lonely hockey player with
Bobby Block over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, everyone's a tour player until they want to get strokes, and all of a sudden I can't hit it. My game's terrible. You ask Paul Barney, you're not asking for strokes. Like, yeah, I'm in it great, I'm peering it all day. Second, we get to the first tee. Yeah, I haven't really been feeling it today. I love it. All right, Barney, you're off to Moncton, of course, because why not, right?
Send you a picture of a golf course and a beer.
Of course.
Beautiful.
I love it. I would expect nothing less. Well, Barney, you take off. Have a safe flight. We will see you again next week. Enjoy your weekend out in Moncton and have a great time at the tournament. Coming up next on the Parlay Show, we are talking F1. They are heading to Spain, and it's Sarah Peraria who will be joining us next.